crap on mobile? Have you ever even been to your website on a mobile device? It's kind of interesting, but a lot of business owners have no clue the answer to that question because they don't go to their own websites, much less go to their own website from a mobile device. But here's my question. Is it important? Does it matter? That's what we're going to be covering today on Traffic Keys. And welcome. I'm your host, Amatiba. I am here to help you if you are a business owner who's looking to drive more traffic, more eyeballs to your website in an organic fashion. I'm here to help you. I'm here to teach you the principles and the keys to driving traffic to your website. And the best part about it all is, guys, I teach you everything I know for absolutely free. You can't beat it. And today we're jumping into this topic, talking about mobile friendly, mobile first, so on and so forth, all this mobile stuff about your website. All right. Now, if you are just joining me and you are on Facebook, do me a favor, put live in the chat. If you're here on a replay, put replay. If you're on YouTube, make sure to hit the subscribe button and that little bell so you can get notifications next time I put up a video. And for all of my wonderful friends in podcast land, hello, hello, hello. If you need to reach me, just hit me up on hello@traffickeys.com. If you've got any questions, would love to hear from you. Love getting responses from my friends in podcast land. So let's dive into this topic. Here's the deal, guys. So Google made a change a few years ago. Okay, I think it was 2001, 2021 right now. So about 4 years ago, 4 years ago, they made a change and they said that their bot, their little robot that goes out and scours the web and learns about different websites, their bot is going to start indexing based on mobile first. In other words, based on the way your site shows up on a mobile device, that's what they were going to use as their baseline for indexing metrics. Not the way it shows up on a desktop, not the way it shows up on a tablet, but on a mobile device. So right then and there, if you know that if your site doesn't look good or doesn't function well, and that's one of the key things here, because for a lot of websites, they have lots of functionality on the desktop version, and then they lose a bunch of that functionality on the mobile version. Google actually will penalize you for that in your rankings because it will see that your mobile version you didn't care much about, your desktop version you cared a lot about, and they think mobile is more important. And so they're going to say you don't align with us, which means you also don't align with our customer. So we're not going to rank you as high. So that's number one. We must fix our mobile version. There should be no difference in functionality on our website or text or content on our website between the desktop version and the mobile version. That's number one. Okay, so that's why we do it. And Google went to that model because very simply, there's so many more people who are searching. So many more. Is that good English? I don't think that was good English. More people are searching from their mobile device now than ever before, and it continues to grow every single day. It gets larger and larger and larger and larger and larger. And so that leads so many of us to the question, especially when talking to web developers, should we just care about mobile? Well, Google says mobile is more important. More people are searching on mobile. Should our site be better on mobile? And if we're going to cut functions, cut it on a desktop. The answer, my friends, is no. Just because mobile is growing doesn't mean that desktop is dead. Okay? My friends over at Think with Google published a study, and this kind of rocked me. This is why I had to bring this to you guys. What they said was that based on their research, 60% of web users perform the exact same search from two different devices. Now stop and think for a moment. Have you done that? I know I did it at least 5 times yesterday. Now, what happens if you do a search on your phone and then you do a search on your desktop and the results come back different? Let's say on your phone, your website popped up for them, but then they went to their desktop and then your website no longer popped up for them because Google ranked the desktop version of your website lower than the phone version of your website because you paid more attention to the phone version, or even vice versa. That, my friends, is what you don't want to happen, because then you get a situation where the consumer starts to wonder, can I trust them? Why didn't they show up on my other device? If they found you here and they liked you here and they went back looking and they were trying to find you again on the computer and you don't show up, they start to question, was that just an anomaly? And what you want in the mind of your consumer, of your customer, is consistency. You want them to know that when they think about your product or service, you are the one who can provide it for them because you are going to be consistent. And one way to be consistent is to make sure that you show up well in the search engines. It happens long before they pick up the phone and call you. It happens long before they even click the link to get to your website. You've got to be consistent. And the only way to be consistent is to ensure that your web developer is creating your website, okay, so that it is, one, mobile first, and two, also very desktop friendly. Okay, and they are compatible, and there are no functions that are missing, no toolbars, no navigation, and definitely no content, no text, no video, no content differences. They've got to be the same. They've got to be the same. So, guys, I wanted to share this with you because I do hear this a lot where developers are always like, yeah, we're going to do a mobile first website, mobile only website for you. And, screw the desktop. And they don't want to say it that way, but they're just like, it will work on the desktop. It will be just fine. Or vice versa. It's going to look pretty. They're going to show it to you on a desktop screen and it's going to look pretty, but then it won't translate to the mobile. So you've got to make sure that when they send you and you have a developer and they do a website for you, that you check all the different devices and don't just check yours. Because I've seen it time and time again where you're an Android user and it looks horrible on iPhone, or you're an iPhone user and it looks horrible on Android. Heck, I've even seen it where it looked great on the Samsung and horrible on some other Android device, the Google Pixel device. You've got to check all those things. You've got to make sure that on every single device, your website functions well. Otherwise, it's not going to rank well when someone searches on that device, and that leads to eyeballs leaving your website or not ever getting to your website. And guys, that's why we're here. We're here to drive traffic to your website. And this is one very, very crucial way that you must master, okay, with your web developer. If they don't understand this, find a new web developer. If you're paying pennies on a dollar, in other words, if you're paying $300 for your website, if you're paying $1,500 for your website, they probably don't understand this. I'm just going to be honest with you, okay? I'm just going to be honest with you. If you're doing it yourself, you probably don't understand this as well. But this is one of the very important building blocks that you cannot skimp on when you're having your site either built or redesigned, okay? Making sure that it shows up well on every single platform, all right? So anyway, guys, that's it for today. I hope you found this helpful. If you've got any questions about this, again, you can always reach me at hello@traffickeys.com, or if you're on Facebook, go ahead and leave a comment. I get those. Or if you're on YouTube, leave a comment as well, and I will respond to you. It's been a pleasure as always. I'll see you tomorrow.